Hey there, welcome back to Angry Bird. So it's 29th, we're 9 days in. Uh, Again, if you don't know, the noise level's off the charts. Trying to keep up with everything being said, done, and it's impossible. So you got to focus on what laws are being passed, what laws are being ignored. Most important one is that what laws are being ignored, and then what are they marketing right now? What's their marketed outcomes? Okay. So if you didn't watch the press secretary talk yesterday, it was the most epic clown show of all time. I mean, I cannot believe we are the USA and that's what we put in front of the public. It was a fucking Trump rally. Literally. Disinformation Trump rally. We sent in the military and, we got the water on. You know, uh, the fuck is that babble? And who's listening to it? And then all the attacks on all the different groups, just openly and publicly, like that. Um, Look, I mean, you can sit by and look at all those groups and go, you know what? I'm not in any of them. But that's the thing. If you don't read the laws that they're passing, they're literally going to be able to label your ass a terrorist. They're going to label any nonprofit a terrorist group. They're going to be able to detain you without fucking, the legal system to protect you. They've already detained people they're not supposed to. There's already breakage of laws going on. And when you put a criminal in charge that's broken laws before, that literally, as of right now, has still gotten away with it, that more laws are going to be broken. And he's hoodwinked, so many people that they can't possibly pay attention until it hurts them. So I know I'm sitting there like waiting for these people to come out, and there's so many that are, that are getting hurt, that are realizing, right? And we're trying to collect them, hopefully. But there's a lot of people. Like I just met somebody, the other day, and he just was like, I accept higher prices as long as we fix everything. And it's just like, because you can afford it, like you're in a position where that doesn't hurt you. You're in a group that's not under threat or attack. So I understand why someone in that household is flying a flag. They might not have any idea what it's like to be like somebody growing up in a city somewhere, trying to go to a public school in an underfunded school, and in an area that don't offer high paying jobs, that don't offer real opportunity. And he's out, it's okay for us to take price increases, it's just no reflection, you know. So they don't know, they don't understand, and they're not paying attention. And the noise level's off the charts, so they can't. So you're not going to get through to them until they really see it, which is a little disheartening, if you ask me. But if you don't know, there's a lot of executive orders that are facing lawsuits. And the lawsuits are literally, they shouldn't lose. Hands down, they just shouldn't lose. Because it's a clear violation of the Constitution or rights or an overextension or an abuse of his own power. Period. Plain as day for any normal person to see, So you get this press secretary out there, and they're doing this Trump rally, saying we showed a strong arm, and they caved in, is what she sold. That was her whole persona on the thing, and then we're attacking all those groups because these programs are killing us, are killing her, and she's out there wearing a cross, gold cross, and look, man, it's obvious to me what's going on, but there are people out there that this is not obvious to. It really isn't. And damn, man, it's going to be hard reaching these people. But I looked at that and I was just like, where's the journalist? Bro, this is like a fucking big ass tuna, right? 800-pound tuna that just got injured, right? It's bleeding out in the ocean. It's surrounded by like fucking 30 sharks, and all the sharks are like showing respect. Nah, we can't. No, we can't hurt this tuna. I know it looks tasty. I know we could just pounce on it, but we're not gonna. That's what I saw. The journalists were just like, not pouncing. And then she's in there talking about, we're going to let other kind of journalists in here. No, she isn't. She's going to let her propagandists in there. And they're all going to flood the field. Flood the zone with bullshit. Keep everyone fucking chasing goddamn tails out there. Meanwhile, our health system's under attack. There's a bird flu that's going on that look, there's so many things. There's an outbreak of tuberculosis going on. And these guys are just out there banging fucking cymbals and pointing all different directions. And there's people dying. There's people's rights being violated. She literally was on TV and literally said, it is our belief that the 14th Amendment, as it's written, is unconstitutional. Can you fucking believe that shit? I mean, what world do we live in that a U.S. president, press secretary is going to go out there and tell the public the Constitution got that one wrong? Are we an oath to the Constitution or not? Because the oath I read is an oath to the Constitution as it's written, not how you want it to be written. So who's defending us? The lawsuits are out there, they're happening, but in the dark, he's attacking the investigators. He's attacking the people that would shed light on things going wrong. He's getting them all out of the way. The corruption is going to be so rampant, and there's going to be so much we don't know, because the way we got that information is all under attack now. It's all going to be narrative based on whatever the POTUS says, so we'll all be like worshiping him like fucking North Korea, the North Korean dictator. What is it, Jim Kong Dong or something? I can't say it, sorry, off the top of my head. I'd have to read it to say it right, so forgive me. But it's like that, where he just controls everything. It's a worship, and his people are so impoverished, just so impoverished, just with nothing, no choices, nothing, and they have to listen to this shit to the point of brainwash. And Trump looks at that and goes, damn, I hope I could do that to the public. And we're all, and there's people out there fighting against it, but those of us that are just normal blokes look at this picture and go, I mean, is it really going to hold? How many of them are out there? And the Democrats are just ridiculous. I mean, what is Hakeem doing talking about, dictators and kings come and go, and God's still on the throne? Like, look, man, I'm not knocking anybody that has faith. I'm knocking my leader, Hakeem Jeffries, to shut the fuck up, really, on that. Focus on the fucking problem, man. We need somebody focused on the fucking divide of church and state. And what you did by saying that is not, again, I'm not knocking you for having faith. I'm knocking you when you're supposed to be in a position of taking a fucking oath to a constitution that has that separated, and you're out there just talking about it, being the thing. Separate it, man, in your words even. Okay, separate it. Because we expect it fucking separated, and you represent us, the fucking base that voted for you. And it is a fucking separation of church and state. And when you did that, it showed that you're either A, playing a game trying to win votes from somewhere, or B, you're slapping us in the face. Which is it? Okay, so I just can't stand that shit. But you got a press secretary out there selling, we're a country of faith now. And it's fucking disgusting. It really fucking is disgusting. And the people that are blind, look, I love everybody. And and they may mean well. You know, being in a position sometimes makes it where you can't see things that you need to see to change your position. And sometimes when somebody owns a big place, a big property, has a lot of money, owns a lot of businesses, always had money, came from money, always had money, and it was just about putting in work to them, right? Own a business, do a business, be a part of our business, whatever it is, right? Put in the work, and you could always see an outcome that was positive. It's hard for them to envision any world that doesn't exist in. And so I have to kind of forgive the guy until if he goes violent, then I don't, right? You know, because that's a boundary too far. Now there's violence going on, and he's blind to it, you know, at this juncture. But the moment he sees it, if he's not on our team, then I have to judge him. At that point, I would have to judge him, because that's the bridge that we're all supposed to have. That's the line we're never supposed to cross. Being mean to our neighbors, being mean to other citizens. You know, got Native Americans out there. Native Americans. How much more crime can we do to a people as a nation? They're us. I mean, shit. They're us. You know, and yet there's people out there looking like, oh, we're not the target group. That, you know, I could see where they might try to mix, you know, try to gauge the system maybe and hide some people that aren't American citizens with their you know, ID system, or, you know, I could see where somebody would play out in somebody's head. But these people don't realize the simple truth of it is that it's a citizen, and their rights are being trampled in front of their fucking eyes because they were convinced that is a lesser human somehow, or they are convinced that these situations deem or warrant such things. And we have to wait for everyone to unite and resist, or we have to wait for them to wake up and you know, where we have enough numbers. I think this whole point with flooding the zone is so that we can't organize. You know, think about the people right now. How would we organize anyway? You can't use technology to organize because they would use it against us. You can't, you know, you got to have permits to do real protests, right? You know, if you're going to organize one. Otherwise, it's criminal. There's so many fucking reasons why it's like almost impossible to organize unless you have a lot of money and you can coordinate on a large scale, and you got such a large audience, you know. So little guys like me, like looking like, hey man, when's the protest happening? We're just waiting. You know, I mean, I wonder how many are waiting. I wonder how many are gonna resist. There's something on the 15th, and if you don't know, there's a movement to stop working and stop participating and just stay at home. And it's March 15th. And I'm gonna pay attention to that one, because that one could work if everyone did it. And it would work pretty fast if everyone did it. Because then the economy and everything holding everyone up that's oppressing us collapses. And it collapses at a rate that would be unprecedented, to where we can just show them, like, you're nothing without us, and then we can get back control of the fucking situation before it's too late, before bodies are being buried everywhere. You know, we're already losing people. We're already getting people jailed and locked up and sent back to countries for fucking nothing more than showing up to work. You know, if they get criminals, everybody in America's for criminal. You know, if you get a criminal in there that's been a rapist or otherwise, and you prove it, that's fine to me. But they don't even want to go to court. They just want to get people out just because of maybe somebody accused them of. And then they want the ability to accuse somebody of anything so they can remove people whenever they feel like it. If you're not paying attention, that's the truth of it. But, you know, when those groups aren't affected, they just kind of like sit on the sideline and go, you know, Either the noise is so much that they can't see what's going on, or they sit on the sideline because they're not an affected group. And what's shitty, the real shitty group that I don't think they would do it, but it would be real shitty. Like if the Democrats, any Democrat, that's not in the affected group, right? But they're so pissed off about the vote. They're so just like wanting revenge for that betrayal that they'll sit it out and watch other people get hurt. I don't believe that would be possible, but that outcome is probably the worst one. Where you already got people that don't know what's going on sitting it out. Then you got people in unaffected groups sitting it out. And then if the Democrats who know what's going on, but they know they're not in the attack group, sit it out, it's straight up 1933. It's straight up, hostile takeover, and we ain't stopping it if that's the case. But if everyone's together, we're stopping it cold turkey. It's just weird to see. I know I'm just some fucking weird little guy, one guy out there on the internet, whatever. But if you see the power we actually have collectively, then I'm right. You know that if we all did it at once, simultaneously, and all demanded the same things, there would be no choice because it's our government. They are nothing without our tax dollars. They're nothing without our participation. So March 15th, not participating and starting from that day forward might be the path, guys. It might be the quickest way to undo this fuckery we're seeing. So, I don't know if I stayed on point. It's hard for me to stay on point, man. I really do have a problem with side subjects distracting me and then circling back to where I was at. But forgive me if I do that, because I do mean well, and I want everyone to survive this. I want everyone to participate in the solutions to our world's problems. I want everyone to drop their fucking greed envelope of me, and realize by doing so, you're allowing someone else to take everything from you. Because you're allowing them to take from everyone else but you. You're just next in line at some point. So, love y'all. Hope you have a great day. And let's get some justice and liberty. Bye.